The fallout intensifies. First tonight on Our News, live at 7. The police commissioner vows accountability in that investigation into viral voice notes implicating a senior officer. This as police say they are still without leads, weeks after the disappearance of missing teen Devon Isaacs. Also, flying high this summer. We'll tell you plans to streamline operations at the main airport ahead of your next trip and the promises of shorter wait times. Then in Our News at 7:30, the search continues for missing American Taylor Casey. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candido Knowles. The fallout intensifies as the viral voice notes trigger an investigation into the head of the Criminal Investigations Department, who was placed on paid leave last week. Tonight, Police Commissioner Clayton Fernando assures the matter will not be swept under the rug. Berthany McDermott is following this.
This is painful, especially if found within senior ranks.
A select team from the Security Intelligence Branch will investigate the Criminal Investigations Department amid leaked voice recordings. The head of the Criminal Investigations Department is under investigations after the viral voice note involving him circulated last week. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernando vows this will not disappear out the back door. But Fernando also telling reporters an independent internal body will be brought in for support.
We are in communication with international partners in the UK and the US, who have indicated their willingness to support us, ensuring the investigation is independent, impartial, and fair.
The voice notes alleged to reveal questionable acts within the department. But that's not all. The police commissioner says personal transfers have begun within the police force, including CID. The commissioner was asked how many officers were transferred.
Well, it's not as a result of this. I believe this is timely now that we looked at and move into different division. I think it's just timely that we do just that. And there's some persons who will be moved from the Criminal Investigation Department as well. And that's across the board, not only New Providence, but Family Islands as well.
The incident left many to question the integrity of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the police commissioner even admitting the incident affects public trust and confidence within the force.
We have made efforts to address this, but assertions like the present case set us back. We cannot let any individual or group drag down the reputation of this noble institution.
Now, due to the sensitivity of this investigation, the police commissioner says this will be the last time they speak publicly on this matter until it is completed. Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
All right, thanks for that, Berthany. Weeks after his disappearance, police say they still have no further updates on the whereabouts of 17-year-old Devon Isaacs. At that press briefing today, Police Commissioner Fernando revealing there have been no sightings or new information. Isaacs was last seen on May 15th at his Carmichael Road home. Police say CCTV video shows the teen walking east on Carmichael Road around midnight on the night he went missing. The commissioner says he's instructed officers to revisit the evidence.
At this point, we have not gotten any additional information, any other footage to connect his movement from this footage. No other additional information up to this very date. No sighting of him, and we again appeal to members of the public if anyone may have any additional information that could share.
A 43-year-old man is in prison awaiting trial on allegations he raped a teenager. Prosecutors allege Raymond Theoch raped a 17-year-old girl on June 28. He wasn't required to plead to the charge when he stood before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. Bail was denied. He's expected back in court on October 3rd to be indicted. Well, the Bahamas is seeking to be part of the Corporation Adina de Fomento. a Latin American bank similar to the Inter-American Bank or the Caribbean Development Bank. The cost to make it happen? $50 million. The figure was revealed as parliamentarians debated the CAF bill in the House of Assembly. Moving the bill was Pinewood Member of Parliament Miles LaRota, who says the bank is seeking to increase their footprint in the Caribbean. He also explained that once approved, the bank can support several of the Bahamas' main goals.
Climate change, infrastructure, the digital economy, crime and violence, and energy. The Bahamas, as a small island state, is constantly seeking to advance its socio-economic agenda for growth and development of its citizens. In this regard, we have and continue to benefit from access to the technical and financial resources of our regional multilateral development partners, namely the Inter-American Development Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Opposition leader Michael Pintard says he's not opposed to the bill but questioned the timing.
We certainly agree that it is a useful thing to have multiple options on where our administration, where this country can go in order to borrow funds in order to ensure that the work of our country is done effectively. So we are not opposed to pursuing additional options. We do ask the government to pay greater respect to the Bahamian people in laying out why at this time $50 million subscription fee need to be paid to an additional organization, given the fact that we have two similar organizations that make funding for similar purposes available to the Bahamian people.
If you've got summer travel plans, then your travel experience could soon be a bit more smooth. This, as Director of Aviation Kenneth Romer says, measures have been identified to lessen the amount of time you spend in Lynden Pindling International Airport, specifically the international terminal. Romer says the issue lies in airlines all coming at peak hours along with some equipment issues.
Some of it had to do with the scanning equipment. At that time, Sandton Airport Authority would have acquired a bit more scanning equipment. We have beefed up additional personnel. We saw about 27 new screeners are going to assist now with the expediting screening procedures. When it comes to the to LPIA, a lot of the congestion spoke to airlines coming during peak time. So we are now offering incentives to airlines that come aside of peak time. So we've seen airlines coming aside of the congestion times.
And Romer says these measures have improved passenger experience at the terminal. From January to May this year, the Bahamas has seen 4.8 million visitors. Total air arrivals for the first 5 months of the year, slightly ahead of pre-COVID-19 levels. Romer says it's all about management.
We want to spread again the passenger arrival and departure out, and that's going to see significant congestion during peak time. Interesting, if you go to LPIA at 6 o'clock, there was no concern about traffic. If you go 4 o'clock, there's no concern on the international side, very little about traffic because they all depart during peak times. So a lot of it speaks now to how we manage internally, how we schedule the arrivals and departure, working with our legacy carriers, and we are
all right,
doing
we've
that
got
right
much
now.
more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendion, and a happy Monday evening, everybody. Of course, if you had a chance to get outside, the stifling heat, all courtesy of a dry air mass in place, and to complicate matters, we also have some Saharan dust in place, and that's going to keep things rather toasty for the next couple of days. Heat advisory in place for chain of islands, and it's likely that will continue for most of the week before we see any relief later on. We show you that the forecast later on, but 88 degrees is our current temperature outside. Very, very warm, partly cloudy and hazy. Your winds out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour, and your feels like temperature way up there, 96 degrees, and it was in the triple digits earlier today. Temperatures around the islands right now, 87, very warm across the chain of islands. 86 in Marsh Harbour, Freeport, as I said, 87. 87 also in Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros. 88, Great Harbour Key here in the capital. We have also low to mid to upper 80s in the Central Bahamas, 85 in Kemps Bay, Deadman's Key. 86s, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Coburn Townsend, Salvador. Over in Georgetown, you guys are 84. And into the southeast Bahamas, 85s, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Delectable Bay. Pick up 84 in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Abrams Bay. Matthewtown, Inagua, you guys are also 84. And Turks and Caicos Islands, you are the warm spot down in the southeast Bahamas. Temperature right now at 88. Satellite and radar composite. We have an upper level low that's spinning just to the northeast of the Bahamas. Some upper level clouds moving across us. We also have some low level moisture that triggered a few isolated showers across the Abacos and the Grand Bahama area, but most of that is dying off right now. High pressure remains in charge. That high is going to stay with us for the next couple of days. And the Saharan dust, we expect that Saharan dust to stay with us until at least Wednesday before things start to clear out. And this upper level low should bring us some relief by the end of the week, giving us a chance for some more showers. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on our news, global travel experts gather in the capital to boost business amid summer travel peaks. We'll tell you the latest efforts to promote the Bahamas. Plus, Lights, Camera, Murder. Gone with the Dust premieres in style as a 3-course murder series returns. Our news is back in a moment.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 The Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
A group of local and international travel experts here in the capital recently networking at the International Travel Partner Conference, spearheading the event. Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board, along with officials from the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. NPI CEO Joy Jibrilu says the 4-day event boosts partnerships and generates business.
This is our signature event. We feel it's the best investment because these are the people that we want to sell Nassau and Paradise Island and the Bahamas after they leave here. And now they will understand it. They will understand what it takes to get here, what it will take to get to another family island, that you can stay in a major resort like this, but you can also stay in a smaller hotel if you wish. Invaluable experience for them.
And Jibrilu tells us that representatives from 13 countries engaged in private tours, educational sessions, and hotel site visits. They also got a taste of Bahamian food and rich culture. She says it's all part of selling the Bahamas.
We have over 130 attendees. These are your top travel advisors, tour operators, media from our key source markets, and they're here for a week to learn about the destination. It's one thing for us to go and talk about it, but to have these people come and experience it firsthand and to see all that we have to offer. That's always a game changer because inevitably someone says, we had no idea that the Bahamas had as much to offer as you were able to show us.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as 2 people are dead as Hurricane Beryl slams Texas. Millions now without power. Plus, members of the new UK Parliament meet for the first time since the Labour Party's victory last week. And Boeing pleads guilty to fraud in a 737 crash probe. When Our News returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I read you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. At least 2 people died as Hurricane Beryl hit southeast Texas, cutting power for over 2 million people. Initially a Category 1 hurricane when it made landfall on Monday, Beryl has been downgraded to a tropical storm. Officials warn of destructive winds up to 15 inches of rain and life-threatening storm surges. Nearly 1,000 flights at Houston's largest airport were canceled. Governor Dan Patrick urged residents to take the storm seriously. Beryl, the first hurricane of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, has already caused significant damage in the Caribbean and Mexico. On Monday, Israel's opposition leader Yair Lapid offered to support Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Parliament if coalition members quit over a ceasefire deal with Hamas. Netanyahu resumed talks with Hamas to end Gaza fighting and release hostages. Some far-right coalition members, though, threatened to quit if the war ends before eradicating Hamas. Lapid and Labour Party head Yair Golan pledged support for Netanyahu if a deal is made. Far-right lawmakers holding 13 seats oppose the deal, while Lapid's party holds 24. Hostage families marched in Knesset, urging the government to act. Britain's new Prime Minister Keir Starmer posed with Labour lawmakers on Monday, July 8th, as they gathered at Parliament following a sweeping victory in the general election. Labour won 412 of the 650 seats, ending 14 years of Conservative rule. Parliament returns on July 9th, when MPs will elect the Speaker of the House of Commons and swear the oath of allegiance to the King. And Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to a criminal fraud conspiracy charge to resolve a U.S. Justice Department investigation related to 2 fatal 737 MAX crashes, according to a court filing late Sunday. Julian Satterwade reports.
Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to fraud charges relating to 2 fatal crashes of its 737 MAX jets. That's according to a court filing by the US government late Sunday. If approved by a federal judge, the plea would brand the plane maker a convicted felon. It will have to pay a fine of over $243 million and invest more in improving safety. The charges flow from the fatal crashes in 2018 and 2019, which killed 346 people. They were later traced to a design flaw in the jets, which has since been fixed. Boeing subsequently struck a deal with the Justice Department deferring any prosecution in return for compensating victims' families and improving its compliance. However, officials this year concluded that the firm had not complied with all terms of the deal. Boeing's position wasn't helped by the mid-air blowout on another MAX plane earlier this year, which raised new concerns about its quality control. It faces a separate criminal probe over that incident. Now the deal sees the firm admit to making false representations over a software system involved in the fatal crashes. It spares the company a contentious trial, but could result in other big costs. The conviction could bar Boeing from lucrative defense and NASA contracts unless it can agree waivers.
Still to come on our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was July 8th. Then in our news at 7:30, the National Security Minister addresses that police probe following viral voice notes implicating a senior officer. Plus, a COVID-19 uptick, residents urged to take precautions this summer. When our news returns.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Welcome back to our news. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was July 8th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1987, Mabel Cordelia Walker, the founder of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, passed away at the age of 87. Walker, a mother of 7, ran a pharmacy and hardware store after retiring from teaching. The Mabel Walker Primary School, a professional development center, and a hall are named in her honor. She received the Queen's Medal and Certificate of Honor. And in 2014, Dame Marguerite Pindling was appointed Governor General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, becoming the second woman to hold the position. She was married to Lyndon Pindling, the country's first Prime Minister from 1956 until his death in 2000.
I would like to thank the Bahamian people for their love, support, and prayers over the many years. I end these remarks by solemnly pledging to the Bahamian people that I will at all times serve you to the very best of my ability, without political distinction and without regard for race, class, social station, or any of the other things that may stand between us or keep us apart. There is no greater or higher duty than a Governor General can have than to bring our people ever closer together in love, in unity, and a common purpose. I am absolutely determined to fulfill that duty without unwavering consistency and in the fullest possible measure.
All right, the 3-course murder series is back. It follows the success of the previous show, Jazz to Kill. And on Saturday, the new show premiered, Gone with the Dust. Danielle Miller was there.
Howdy, we are back at Prime One Steakhouse with the 3-course murder mystery series, and we are about to get gone with the dust. This interactive dining experience was complemented by a game of Whodunit, originally debuted with Jazz to Kill several months ago. Now, they are back with a new show entitled Gone with the Dust. The show's composer Raquel Roll tells us the inspiration behind this latest series.
Believe it or not, I grew up with my grandfather watching Westerns. Grew up watching Bonanza. We would tune in. I can't remember if it's G7 or G11. We would tune in and we would watch Westerns all day, and that was our bonding moment. And so I wanted to bring that Western flair. And of course, Beyonce did have a little influence in there, and so we wanted to bring it here.
With a cast of familiar faces and some new, they all gave a stellar performance, giving us a show that was more dramatic and scandalous than last season, as the suspense captivates you and you question, who done it?
Oh, no, it's not me. Now, I may be everything else, but I'm no killer.
Oh, that's none of your business, Missy.
Murder? No, I'll never commit no murder. I'm busy playing my cards. Isn't that right, Dusty? Ain't that right?
Don't ask me no questions.
Okay, all right. I was definitely playing my cards. You can't prove nothing.
The show is scheduled to run from June 22nd to August 15th, 2024. You can check their social media pages at 3-Course Murder for more information.
Am I finished? Okay, all right.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Danielle. If you want to see her story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That does it for us in News at 7. Up now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia, did you see Denny's commitment to the theme?
I did. It's the outfit for me, Denny. It's the outfit for me. I love her commitment to her stories.
Also, there was a shout out to Beyonce. I think Denny may have gotten a little bit of fashion inspo from Beyonce there.
Now, Ken, I know we said we would go to
we have to go, man.
We have to. We always make these
so
promises and we don't. Let's do better. All right? Today.
I'm not going to say it again. Because we said
we're
it
just
already.
Gonna show up.
So we just have to show up.
All right. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, coming up tonight, the National Security Minister addresses that ongoing police probe, plus a COVID-19 uptick. Residents urged to take precautions this summer. Here are your latest headlines.
First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, we will allow the process to take its course. Those words coming from the National Security Minister following an investigation into a senior police officer. Also, a former wanted suspect is behind bars tonight. We have details from the courtroom. Plus, the search continues for missing American Taylor Casey. We have an update from police, and later, a Bahamar executive weighs in on the drama surrounding one of the top Jaukanu groups in the country when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
What you doing here?
I dig in the well to connect to the house of building for me and Mavis.
Why you just don't call water and sewage?
Call them for what?
To get your city water. You don't have to worry about your water cutting off when the power cut off. And your water's clean and safe, free from coliform bacteria.
Cauliflower what?
Call us at 302-5500 to make the switch from well water to city water for a more fresh, reliable water supply for you and your family.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. The country seeing a summer surge of COVID-19 infections. The latest numbers reveal cases have nearly tripled since April. Residents in the capital are sharing their views. We'll get to that story in about 5 minutes. But for now, Minister of National Security Wayne Munro says government will allow the process to take its course concerning an investigation into a senior police officer. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda advised late Friday that Criminal Investigations Department Head Chief Superintendent Michael Johnson had been placed on administrative leave. In the House of Assembly today, opposition leader Michael Pintard prodded the government for a response on the matter. Munro and acting Prime Minister Chester Cooper responded this way.
Everyone in here takes this seriously, no more than persons on this side. I would caution, having been the counsel who advanced those arguments, that it is very easy in seeking to perhaps be well-meaning to affect a process. And so, Mr. Deputy Speaker, as the matter is now extant, and we will certainly observe the caution.
We're about governing. We want to respect institutions. We want to defend the reputation of our country, and I ask him as an honorable member to allow the process to take its course and leave it there.
But Pintard says he simply hoped that a statement would have come from the Prime Minister or acting Prime Minister.
We on this side had hope that the government would have come today with at least a communication on the explosive discussions that are going on in the public domain with respect to the circulation of voice notes that have the potential to cause reputational damage both locally and internationally for an agency that is so important to our peace and security and the proper administration of law. We would have hoped that the Prime Minister himself would have made a communication, but in his absence, the acting Prime Minister would have made a communication.
Well, a former wanted suspect is behind bars in relation to a shooting last month. Prosecutors say 21-year-old Astaire Major shot and wounded Rayshawn Roll at Sumner Street on June 29th. Major, who's also known as Ali and Panda, faces charges of attempted murder and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life in connection to the incident. Now, Major didn't have to enter pleas to the charges when he appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. He was denied bail and is scheduled to return to court on October 3rd to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. Well, police are still looking into the disappearance of American Taylor Casey. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda telling reporters they have no new information on the case. Fernanda says Casey's cell phone was found in nearby waters, but he says local nor international law enforcement officers were able to get into her cell phone. Casey was in the Bahamas at a yoga retreat on Paradise Island when she went missing. The yoga retreat recently said Casey was not abducted from the site, adding that evidence showed she left voluntarily. Now, police issued an released an all points bulletin for Casey on June 21st.
Additional inquiries as we checked the hospital, we checked over in that general area, any other establishment in that area for cameras and possible cameras. Nothing at all. You know, there's CCTV top of the bridge and to the foot of the bridge to see if maybe she may have walked over the bridge, but there's no information to connect at this time.
The country is seeing a summer surge of COVID-19 infections. The latest numbers revealing cases have nearly tripled since April. It's prompting the Ministry of Health to tell residents to practice good hygiene to prevent getting sick. But how do residents feel about the surge? They had mixed reactions.
There's not much we can do. Like they say, it's airborne. It's almost like the flu. So
We just got to stay distant and continue to wear the mask with certain crowded areas. Avoid crowded areas. Don't be too close because you don't know who of it.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness revealing startling statistics. The cases were detailed in a June 28th advisory. It revealed 12 PCR positive cases were reported in April. It increased to 42 new cases in May and 46 new cases in June. In response to the escalating situation, the public is being urged to resume precautionary measures such as mask wearing and social distancing.
The children them can't take it, and we as grown-ups, and we can't be getting it from other people to go home and give it to our family and make our family feel bad. So I always just keep my mask on, and I just let my daughter know when she go to school, keep her mask on and keep her sanitizer in her bag.
I feel that at some point it was going to come to this again, and all everybody has to do is take the precautions and be safe.
But will the rise in COVID cases interfere with travel plans?
I've traveled already, and I used my mask while I was away. Just use wisdom, be healthy, and do what you're instructed to do by the Ministry of Health.
I definitely traveling twice this year.
Soundbites here. Senior Vice President of the Bahama Resort, Robert Sandy Sands, weighing in on the drama surrounding one of the largest junkanoo groups in the country, the Valley Boys. The group is now split into two factions. The blatant divide now leaving supporters and members uncertain about the group's future. Bahamar is the title sponsor of the junkanoo group. Some have asked, how will the sponsorship work now that the group is split? Sands revealed to reporters this afternoon they met with one of the factions last week.
Bahamas had a meeting with one of the fractions last week, and Bahamas having a meeting with the second fraction tomorrow. It is our hope that we can bring the two sides together so that there will only be one sponsorship for one Valley Boys for this upcoming Christmas and Boxing Day Junkanoos. It's important not only for the Valley Boys as a group, but also important for Junkanoo within the country. And this is the single largest cultural expose that the Bahamas has to offer. And so the participants of it should really be unified. And that is our goal as a major sponsor of the Valley Boys, to try and bring them together.
And if the group doesn't agree to unite, here's what the senior vice president had to say.
I don't believe in what ifs. I work towards bringing things together for unity, etc. And we'll cross that bridge if we have to come to it.
Well, hot and hazy weather conditions across the islands. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody. Yeah, hot and hazy, that's the descriptive terms that we will be using for the next couple of days, as we have a plume of Saharan dust that's been moving across us, and that's going to combine with the high pressure in charge, and that's going to continue to keep us with some very warm temperatures. And it is warm outside our studio still, almost near 90-degree mark. 87, partly cloudy, hazy. Southeast winds at 8 miles per hour. That's bringing in that warm tropical air mass, and it's making it feel like very warm 96 degrees on the outside. Satellite radar composite. We have an upper level low that's spinning just to the northeast of the Bahamas, actually northeast of Abaco, and some high-level moisture moving across us courtesy of some thunderstorm activity. Not really producing much in terms of any rainfall. Abaco and Grand Bahama had a couple of small showers earlier. But all of this is going to be dissipating as high pressure remains in charge. And as I said, we're going to continue to see that Saharan dust. So we do have a heat advisory posted for the entire chain of island. If you plan on doing anything on the outdoors, make sure you dress appropriately, drink lots of liquids, and of course, with dust, respiratory ailments, if you have those, make sure you protect yourself. That's your quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. Look at your extended forecast still.
Still to come in our news, Grand Bahamian students getting some on-the-job experience. We'll tell you all about the 4-week internship straight ahead, plus expanding the brand. The New Dove taking things up a notch. We'll tell you about their latest location in New Providence coming up. And later, waffles, shrimp and grits, and flavored mimosas. You can get it all at a local restaurant located right here in the capital. Our Daniel Miller has the story when our news returns. Stay with us.
Inti Corporation is on the move. Day by day, panel by panel, our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. INTI is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as INTI Corporation shines brighter than ever. INTI Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
With some rhythm.
Summer work programs are in full force over in Grand Bahama. This as some 600 students and 100 businesses are participating in a 4-week internship by the Ministry of Grand Bahama. The 2024 summer program got underway last week. The first group of students received their placement packages during an orientation session recently. Grand Bahama Minister Ginger Moxie told the students to take their summer job experience seriously, as it can potentially be the open door to a great career opportunity. Some of the participants shares what they're looking forward to the most.
There are new opportunities and to be able to keep a working environment. You know, they'll buy whatever stuff they want and just make a living.
I'm really excited to get into this, to try and explore different areas like art, or even just maybe just go into the office to see what exactly I'm interested in. I'm really excited to see what I would get.
Over the past years, I've worked in the Ravens Mall, and I've also worked at the Pretzel House. I enjoy both experiences because I love customer service, so I was very intent with where I was placed.
I believe that I'm a very good leader and very well at when it comes to improvising and working through problems on the fly. So I believe that I will be able to not only assist them in completing any tasks they give me, but improving anything that they have there that have issues.
All right, good stuff over in Grand Bahama. While a local brand is expanding their products across New Providence, you can now find the new Dove products in Super Value's Golden Gates, Cable Beach, and Mackey Street locations. And if you happen to visit the Lyndon Pinling International Airport, you will spot their food truck. The new Dove is offering their unique Bahamian guava Dove, bao buns, ginger lemonade, and so much more. Co-owner of the new Dove, Lazar Charlton, shares the vision behind the company's recent expansion.
We're at a point where we would like to touch everybody. We have a lot of people who have heard about the new Dove but have not been able to taste because of location challenges. So we're pretty excited now to be able to be at the airport all the way here out west, as well as in the east, in town, so that people can be able to try not only our guava Dove but also our savory menu options as well.
Charlton says it's all about innovation for the new Dove. He adds they hope their airport location can move indoors in the future, as the response has been positive.
People are now happy that there are more options to get the new Dove from. Lunch options, breakfast options, people are very excited about that, especially here at the airport location as well. Very, very popular. The line was right down the way this morning. So yeah, we're pretty excited about people really being able to have access to us right now.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, waffles, shrimp and grits, and flavored mimosas. You can get it all at a local restaurant located right here in the capital. The full story straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, Bahamian players finish the Olympic qualifying tournament as some of the top performers, and our junior tennis stars get wins on the circuit.
And fairly nice weather conditions on this Monday. Greg is back with your extended weather when our news continues.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 The Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
No travel, no problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
The Paradise.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. John Mark left his heart in Spain, just like the rest of us. I'm going to fake smile through this segment. Let's do show. Team Bahamas came up just short in their bid to qualify for the Paris Olympics, but still produced some of the top performers at the OQT. DeAndre Ayton was named to the OQT Spain's All-Star 5 at the conclusion of the tournament. The Portland Trailblazers center brought his same NBA production to the international stage and averaged a double-double with 19.5 points and 11.8 rebounds per game. New Golden State Warrior Buddy Hield led the tournament in scoring at 19.8 points per game. He also led Team Bahamas in assists at 5.8 dimes per game and tied the OQT record for three-pointers made in the tournament with 15. Baylor Bear incoming freshman VJ Edgecombe made his senior national team debut and averaged 16.5 points and 5.5 rebounds per game. Eric Gordon, on his way to the Philadelphia 76ers next season, averaged 14 points per game, while French League pro Travis Munnings averaged 7.3 points and 4.8 rebounds per game. The qualification process has already begun in earnest for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, with regular competition scheduled over the course of the next 4 years. To avoid the OQT and become an automatic qualifier for LA 28, the team needs to be one of the top finishers at the 2027 FIBA World Cup. To get to the FIBA World Cup, the team needs to finish among the top 12 at the 2025 FIBA America. The Bahamas is currently in Group D of the America Cup qualifiers alongside the United States, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. After the first window of play back in February, all 4 teams are 1-1, with the second window of play set for November. After being snubbed from the MLB All-Star Game, Jazz Chisholm had a point to prove. Chisholm had arguably his defensive highlight of the year Sunday afternoon in the Miami Marlins 7-4 win over the Chicago White Sox. He tracked down a well-hit ball from Andrew Vaughn to left center field and scaled the wall to complete the play. On the season, Chisholm is hitting .255 with 10 home runs and 18 stolen bases. A pair of youth tennis players that recently represented the country at the Junior Davis Cup level have been achieving success individually. Gerald Carroll and William McCartney each won championship titles in their latest tournament appearances. Carroll recently won the ITF J30 tournament in Aruba. In round 1, he defeated Miguel Cardoso, and in round 2, he defeated Marcus Enguersen, both of the Netherlands. He went on to the quarterfinals when he got by Colombian Eduardo Jamarillo. In the semifinals, he defeated Canadian Rafael Brown, and in the finals, he won over Brazilian Felipe Mamede in 3 sets, 6-4, 5-7, 6-4. McCartney won on the European circuit in Mallorca, Spain. The 4th seed in the Tennis Planet Trofeo Prince Open, he defeated Javier Martorell in the quarterfinals. He went on to win versus Xavier Torres Campos in the semifinals, and the 3rd-seeded Cooper Sweetman in the final to take the title. That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, waffles, shrimp and grits, and flavored mimosas. You can get it all at a local restaurant that's serving up weekend brunch. Our Danielle Miller has the story. Plus, temperatures are heating up across the islands. Greg is back with your extended weather when our news continues. Stay with us.
No problem. Summer is here. Whether you're fighting to stay cool or heating up the fun, Our News Weekend is your guide to the ultimate staycation. We're talking all of the hidden gems right in our backyard, from the hottest bars and lounges to the coolest excursions and events in town. So stay cool, stay local, and stay tuned. Tune in every Saturday to make sure your summer staycation is an unforgettable sensation. Only on Our News Weekend.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
Welcome back to our news. Thanks for sticking with us. If you happen to be on the outdoors and you saw that milky appearance in the skies, lots of Saharan dust is out there. A Saharan air layer is moving across us as we speak. So if you have any respiratory ailments or you are allergic, make sure you do protect yourself if you plan on being on the outdoors. Combination of a high pressure ridge also is going to keep things rather toasty for the next couple of days with that Saharan dust limiting shower activity. So make sure you dress accordingly and drink lots of water and limit your time on the outdoors as this high pressure system will continue to stay with us. We also have an upper level low that's spinning just to the northeast of the Bahamas. That's bringing us some high level clouds. That low will eventually move towards the west and should approach the South Georgia, North Florida coastline. That could lend us some support for some showers later on in the week. So we could see that Saharan dust moving out into the Gulf of Mexico. And of course, those toasty temperatures remain with us over the next several days. The tropics, rather quiet. A couple of tropical waves out there in the Atlantic. One just in the central Atlantic, not organized at this time. One moving just towards the Windward and Leeward Islands. That's not organized. And then another one approaching the Belize area. That's also showing some signs of no organization. And then, of course, we have Beryl. Beryl is basically washed out now. It's a tropical storm. Will eventually become a remnant low overnight and through the rest of the week, generating some showers and thunderstorms across that area. But that is going to be the last we are going to be speaking of Beryl over the next couple of days. Future forecasts. Couple of isolated showers with that upper level low staying to the north of the Bahamas, and that will eventually wash out as that that upper level low moves closer to the Florida coast through Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, we expect things to quiet down as the ridge of high pressure will continue to dominate our weather through the remainder of the weeks. Plan on doing any boating or beaching? Should be nice out there. Make sure you do stay in the shade. Small craft caution for the Atlantic exposures in the northwest Bahamas. East and southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Your high tide is at 10:39 tonight. Low tide takes place at 5:08 in the morning for the central and southeast Bahamas. Caution fly for you guys down there as well, but the winds are a little stiffer. Easterly 15 to 20 knots, 4 to 7 foot seas expected over open waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In your extended forecast, we'll keep some isolated showers in the forecast through the remainder of the week, but once that dust gets out of here, that upper level low gets closer to us, so Friday, Saturday, we see some more showers in the forecast, but those temperatures will stay rather warm. We're asking you to exercise caution if you plan on being out the outdoors, and make sure you drink lots of liquids. That's a look at our weather. Back to you, Talia.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, our For the Love of Brunch series continues this month with our Danielle Miller taking a trip to the One West Plaza to tell us about what she says is one of the best brunches she's ever had. Let's take a look.
It's a Saturday or a Sunday morning and you want to get all dressed up and maybe go on a solo date or grab something to eat with some friends? Well, I got you. Let's try brunch at Kima. This restaurant is one of my favorites on the island. I have eaten dinner and lunch here, but never brunch until now. We started with their variety of mimosas. I tried the strawberry, peach, and guava. No classic mimosas, as I felt a little spicy that day. The peach is my favorite though. The guava is different, but the peach is my favorite. And the strawberry is very, very fresh on this. Fresh in a good way at that. And then it was time for the entrees. All right, so we have our spread. We have on this table avocado toast and eggs. We have steak and eggs. We have shrimp and grits. And then my favorite, we have the French toast. I'm gonna start with the French toast, guys, because it has ice cream on it. And I wanna make sure I eat it before the ice cream melts. Just hold me in the dance. This is the avocado toast. And this is really refreshing. Think I'm over exaggerating? Don't just take my word for it. My videographer Steve tried the shrimp and grits.
Man. You guys eat all this food, yo.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, Denny and Steve, I love it. I love it. I have to check it out. Thanks so much for that report. And of course, to see that again, it's available now on ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.